So children, here today we are going to discuss while loop. So what is a while loop? While loop is entry control loop or exit control loop? Anybody? Entry control loop. So what is an entry control loop? Entry control loop means that before the condition is checked before the entry of the control within the body of the loop. What is the nature of the control? The nature of the control is to execute sequentially, to move sequentially, and one after another. So actually control moves within the main method from top to bottom. It moves within the main method from top to bottom. So, and whenever, and what is the basic difference between for and while, if anybody can tell me? The basic difference between for and while, yes. What is the basic difference? Beta, who is this Anki point? Immediately leave the session because you are not allowed. Join with Jaipuri ID only. So, children, for loop is used when number of iterations are known. When you know that how long the loop will go, how many iterations are there. But while loop you can use when number of iterations are not known. When you don't know how long the loop will go. So better to use while loop in that case. So now here I will first show you the syntax of the while loop, and then we will be doing few programs based on while loop. So here so children, here first of all I'm just going to create a class which is example while loop. Okay. So just see that. Okay, wait, I will be presenting. So here I hope screen is visible to everybody. And sometime question comes that convert this for loop into while. So here you can see that the main method I have we have taken this. This is the main method, and children, suppose this is the number 1 2 3 4, and earlier we have, in order to calculate the sum of the digits using the for loop, we have written this syntax, that is this loop goes till from n, and here I is equals to I by 10. If you remember, the same I have explained, and here s is equals to s plus a, and that s is nothing but it is sum, and here it is a. So children, do you know this method we have explained earlier? The sum is that sum. So just see that here the code will calculate the sum of the digits, and now you can see that the sum of the digits is 10. And children, how it is executing, I'm just telling you. So what is happening here? Initial value of number is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that is I is there, I is having the value 1 2 3 4. And how long? Till this I is more than 0. Till this is the case. So at present the value of I is more than 0 because it is 1, 2, 3, 4. The first time you all know that this part will not get executed. So first time what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4 mod 10, it will return you 4, and here you have added this 4, so it becomes 4. And after that this I is equals to I by 10 will happen, so it simply means that the last digit will get eliminated from this. Now the number is still 1, 2, 3, which is more than 0. So this time you have got 3. So 1, 2, 3 mod 10, you have got 3. Now again 4 plus 3 happened, and again this part will execute. So when this part will get executed, 3 will get eliminated, and now this time you will receive the value 2, and after that this 2 also will get eliminated. And then what happened? This number will get again reduced, it will become 1. So this time you will get that last digit 1, and here plus 2 earlier and plus 1 happened. Finally when you reduce this, number becomes 0, this condition becomes true, loop terminates, the sum is 10. Any problem? So this is how you can calculate the sum of the digits. Now the question is how to use while loop in place of that, because beta here we don't know how long the loop will go, because at present we know that this is the number, but suppose when user enters the number, and suppose here you have that user input with the help of the scanner, and when the statement here is that ss.nextInt, do you know that how many digits are there in the number when you input? No. So in that case you avoid using for loop, because suppose there are 5 digits, okay, but when there are the number of digits you don't know, then in that case avoid using for loop, because for loop is not for this purpose. For loop is for the purpose when you know how long the loop will go, when you know already, when you know beforehand how many iterations are there in the loop. So in that case what you will be doing, in that case the better thing is that you use while loop. So children, what is the syntax of while loop then? In while loop, initialization is before this is statement which I am writing, and before this while, initialization will be here, right here. Initialization will be at this point, and this is the condition. So, and this is the body of the loop. This is the body of the loop, and this body will keep on executing till this given condition is true. So what to do? Just specify the condition. So the condition here I am just going to write if n is more than 0. And here what to write? This is for the extraction of digits, so that is n mod 10. And s is equals to s plus a. And what is this s? This s is for the sum of the digits. And n is equals to n upon 10. And here also you will get the sum. The same output will be there, but this is the better code if you compare this while loop with the for loop, because here we don't know how many iterations are there, because the condition is that while number is more than 0. while number is more than 0. Yes. Yes, what happened? Any query? Okay, so this is what while loop. So if you people have any doubt, then please tell me. So sometimes the question is convert this for into while, convert this while into for. So for loop basically receives three parameters: initialization, condition, and iteration on the same line. But while loop contains only condition and then iteration. This is the iteration. This part will come at the end, and initialization is done here. So children, with the help of that while loop also we can check whether a number is prime or not. So here I'm going to just check whether a number is prime number or not. So see that here I have taken this variable f for counting the factors, and here I have taken this variable num, and one more variable I need, and initial value of I is 1. So what to do is enter number, so that is num, this is next int. Children, as you know that if you do this program using for loop, you need to just run a loop till it is up to num and I++, and then what to do here, you need to write if num mod I is 0, then f is equals to f plus 1, and if this f is 2, if this f is 2, then here we need to check that it is prime, else it is not prime. It is not prime. This is what it is prime or not prime. Now what to do? Children, suppose the same we want to use using while loop. Yes, who is that? Who is shouting like this? So please mute yourself, and if there is any query, I will ask. And if you have any doubt, then only open your mouth. Okay. So children, here what to do is, in while loop, this iteration will not be here, and this will come at the end of the body of that for loop, while loop. And one more thing, this initialization will not be here, and the initialization for the same we have already done here. So initialization comes before that, and what there is will be no semicolon till I is less than or equals to num. It's okay, and in place of for you have to write while. This is done. This is what the syntax or structure of the while loop is. So suppose the number is 7. Suppose the number is 7. It is prime. So children, just wait for 1 minute and please go through the code. भैया क्लास ले रहे हैं यार, इसको बंद कर दो, बैठे हैं सब जने. So now you people can see that this is how we can check for prime number using while. Any doubt? Khushali? Khushali Singh? Yes. Okay, now anybody if have any doubt, please tell. Yes, beta, Jayavardhan. Okay. Now children, using the same while loop, I would like to find out the smallest and largest digit of the number. So first of all, you have to see how many variables are needed. So how many variables are needed? First of all, we need a variable which is num, and we need a variable for the extraction of digit. We need a variable for the small, we need a variable for the large. These many variables are needed. And we have already entered the number. And one of the most important statement which I am going to write is small is equals to large is equals to num mod 10. So this is the very important statement which is needed. Actually, why it is needed? Because from the given number of digits in the number, you have to just assume one of the digit that it is the smallest and largest. So the easier way is that extract the last digit and store that last digit in both these variables. If that number is only of single digit, that digit will be considered smallest and the largest. But in case if that number is having more than two digits, more than one single digit, then we need to compare. And now the code is for comparing. So while this num is more than 0, while loop is needed, because here again you don't know how long the loop will go, how many digits number is having. That's why we are using while loop. So while number is more than 0, extract the digits. So this is how we can extract. And after extraction of digit, you need to compare. So just compare. If a small is more than a, the digit you have considered earlier as the smallest, if it is more than any other digit, so that other digit will replace this small. And if large is less than a, then large will be a. And here what to do is num is equals to num by 10. This is the process, and this process will go. And after that, what to do is the smallest digit is small, and the largest digit is large. This is the way you have to do. So just execute this. 4, 5, 6, 3, 8. This is the number. You can see that the smallest digit is 3 and the largest digit is 8. And now if I don't write this statement here, see what will happen. 4, 5, 6, 3, 8, this is the number. And you can see that the smallest digit is 0 and the largest digit is 8. 0 even you have not entered. Why this 0 has come? Because initially small was 0 here, and this is if this is 0, so 0 will not be more than any other digit. So what will happen? It will remain 0. That's why that 0 is here. So that's why I have assumed one of the digit from the number only as the smallest and largest. And I hope you all have understood this. Yes. Yes, take. वैसे Shilan, the recording of the same will be available on GCR. So this is how you can find the smallest and largest digit. I hope it's clear. Any problem, children? Class 9? Okay, now one more question we are going to do, and that is very important. Children, sometimes the question is based on that uh, menu driven. Suppose this is the menu which is given, and at one menu here you have to check for prime number, and here you have to calculate the sum of the digits, and choice 3 is exit. And this program is write a menu driven program, and the following choices are given. How to do that? This is what I'm going to explain. So first choice is prime number, second is sum of digits, and third is exit. Okay. So children, in such cases we will be needing the number, fine, and here we will be needing for the sum of the digits, we need this variable a for the extraction of digits. We will be needing one variable for the sum of digits. For the sum of digits we will be needing this variable, and for the factors we will be needing one this variable, and for the choice also we will be needing this variable choice, because here there are multiple choices, and this 1 and 2, these are the choices, and these are actually the valid choices on which we have to perform any operation. And the third choice is also valid, but it will make you out of the loop body. Make you out means that make the control out of the loop body. So what to do is just remove this, we don't need this, and we don't need this also. So what is the most important thing here? Most important thing is till user enters does not enters 3, the program will continue. So while this choice is not equals to 3, because when this choice is 3, the program will terminate. Suppose within this I am just giving you here, suppose this is the message enter choice, and if I am executing this part, see what happens. Variable value required. Okay, so here this is not needed, it's okay. Children, here enter number, I have entered 3, I have entered choice, choice 4. It will not terminate, it will keep on asking to enter the choice. When I input 3, it will terminate. Process finished with exit code 0. You can see that at number 3 we have taken this option exit. So when we want to terminate, the choice has to be 3. That's why. And it will go till it is not 3. It will go till it is not 3. That's why it is written. And this statement, we don't need this statement here. So here it will, again I'm just explaining you that this will ask you to input the choices. Suppose you have entered choice 1, you have entered choice 2, still you have not entered choice 3, you have entered choice 5, you have entered choice 7, which is not there. It is searching for choice 3. When you input choice 3, it will terminate. So that's why, and here you can see that at choice 3 only we have to exit. That's why choice 3 is needed. I hope you people have understood. And now I am going to, within this main method, I am just going to show you the menu. So that first is prime number, and this second is sum of digits, and here we have just uh, mentioned this choice when we have to exit, because user must know what he has to input when he wants to terminate that whole process. So this is needed. So if you run this, you can see that first is prime number. So still we need to input when we input 2, no, it will continue. When we input 3, yes, it will terminate. So choice 3 is, you can clearly see on the screen, and then that's why it is needed. And now after that, what to do? If choice is 1, we have to do something. If choice, else if choice is 2, we have to do something. And else if choice is 3, we want to display this message that we are just going to make an exit. We have to just display this message. And if none of these choices are there, it will come to the else part, and that is wrong choice. Here I'm just want to display that we'll check prime number, and here we'll calculate sum of digits. Now see, I'm just going to execute this, see what will happen. Choice 1, the program is showing that we will check prime number. Choice 2, we will calculate the sum of the digits. Choice 3, suppose choice 7, wrong choice, it is wrong choice. And then choice 3, yes, we are going to exit, yes, exited. This is how this is known as menu driven program. I hope it's clear. And now we are going to check for, and here one more thing, we will be needing one variable for the sum of the digits. So sum of the digits already we have taken, we have already taken. So now what to do? We are just going to check for prime number. And here for prime number we have to make every time f0, and here we have to input the number, enter number. So that is num is ss.nextInt. And now what to do is you start a loop, and that will go for num, and here we will check if num mod I is 0, then f is equals to f plus 1, and when this terminates, f is 2, and here we can write that it is prime number, else not prime. This is what we have to do. Now see children, the first choice, here the choice is 1 and the number you have entered, which is 13, and it is showing that it is a prime number. And suppose again the choice 1 we have accepted and it is 67, again it is a prime number. Again this choice and we have entered 90, it's not a prime number, so it's working. So the first choice is okay. Now for the second choice, what to do? These two are the valid choices. We have taken this sum variable 0 every time, and here we have to just enter the number. So that is num, which is ss.nextInt. We have entered that. And now in order to calculate the sum, what to do? This num is more than 0, and a is equals to num mod 10, and here sum is equals to sum plus a, and num is equals to num by 10, and this we have done just now. And here you can display the sum of the digits is that sum. We have done that. And now you just execute this. So there are 3 choices, 3 valid choices. If you immediately input 3, it will terminate, it will not perform any task. But suppose you want to perform any task and the second choice you accepted, this number is 456, the sum is 15. If the first choice is there, it will go for prime number. If none, if this is not the valid choice, the answer will be wrong choice. and again suppose you want to calculate the sum of the digits, this is how you have done, and choice 3 terminated. So this is how you can write menu driven program. So children, yes, this is the second condition, where it is sum is 0, number you have entered, while loop is there because you don't know the number of iterations. Simply extract the digits and calculate the sum of that digits and reduce the number by 10 every time. When this loop terminates, immediately print the sum of the digits. Yes, see that in the first one what you have done, you have entered this number, and you need a for loop here because you know how long the loop will go, because it is clearly you can consider that it will go from 1 to num. That's why I have used for loop here. And if num mod I is 0, then f is equals to f plus 1, counting the factors, and after that I'm just checking the factors. If factors are 2, it is prime number. Choice 3, exiting, none of the choice is valid, wrong choice. Thank you. I hope it's clear. Yes, I will post this program on GCR, don't worry. But I am posting this on GCR, so don't worry. Okay. I am posting this on GCR. I have already posted. So children, I hope you people have understood this while loop. In case of any query, then please tell. No query. Okay, now I am just providing you the link, Google form link to mark your attendance. In the chat box, I am providing you the link. So please mark your attendance here. So if you have any query, any confusion, then please ask. Any query, any confusion, so please ask. Anjali Singh, are you there? Anjali Singh, please. But are you? Would you please tell me? Are you in school uniform or not? Okay, so you don't have camera. Okay, no issues. Nav Satya Singh, any problem? Rajveer Singh, you all have understood this while loop today? Children, one thing I'm telling you, one menu driven question can come in the second term. So menu driven is very important. So you need to practice a lot on menu driven, but follow the same procedure which I have explained. Okay. Any issue, any problem? So if you have any issue, any problem, then please tell.